If you love movies, you are going to love this new stamp set from My Favorite Things. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today, I want you to picture me on the bow of the Titanic. I can't sing the song because, you know, copyright. But I am making the cutest little movie scene held inside a television set for your viewing pleasure. To see my card project, stick around. It's coming up next. So here's a look at the products I'm starting with today, and this JB big screen scenes is just like, I mean, come on. Sound of Music, Gump, The Shining, Titanic, I'm guessing that's the Walt Disney, Lady and the Tramp, and Indiana Jones. I mean, I am going to use the Titanic. It was a toss-up between these two, but I've probably seen both movies the same number of times, but I'm going to go all in on this, and I am going to do some masking and some ink blending, and I have the classic TV die, and what's cool about this, oh, I can't pick it up, is that it will fit the scene to put it inside a TV. So I don't think I'm going to use the actual screen scene for this, but let's get started with some stamping, shall we? I'm starting out with this little piece of masking magic because I am going to attempt to cut these guys out, and then create a blended sunset. Now, I feel like this is very ambitious of me, but at the same time, oh yeah, that's plenty of space here. At the same time, I just think, you know what? I'm going all in on this one. I'm going all in. So picking you up, oh, I want to make sure that you go right back to where you were, like that. Am I in the right spot? Come, you know what? Yeah, that's going to be fine. Okay, so let's prime our little Leo and Kate. I watch Titanic so often, and I can't explain it. There's certain movies that if they're on, it's really hard for me to look away, but Titanic is one of them. Aliens is another one, and so is The Shining. So here we go. Oh, and Interstellar. Those are the movies I can't turn off. So we're going to ink up this, and I want to have a nice, well, a decent impression, because I'm going to be cutting this out for my mask to protect my little cuties. And I think I'm going to be able to do it, right? I don't know. Well, I'll show you some of the cutting, but I'm going to speed it up because cutting, fussy cutting is not my favorite thing, but I can do it. I'm going to wipe this off right now just because this is going to help to really condition my stamp a little bit more. And I'm going to, while I have this, take this out, okay? And I'm just going to bring in a piece of cardstock that is going to be where we're stamping and coloring. This is 110 pound. I probably don't need that heavy of cardstock, but it's just what I had cut. And again, stamping it down, and I'm using the Memento because I'm going to be coloring my critters and the ocean with Copic markers. And of course, because I like to keep things really simple, I'm probably just going to do these little friends. Is it a bunny and a cat? I don't know. I'm going to do them with grays probably because for me, that's how I find success. All right, I think that looks great. I could do an extra one if I screw this up, but you know what? Let's just hold our breath and pretend like it's all going to work out. So you are what's going to be colored on, and now let's try to mask. So I want to protect the water, the boat, and the friends. I am going to zoom in. I'm going to speed this way the heck up. I wish I could find I wish that we could have the rights to have the Titanic theme song, but you know, well, it doesn't work that way. But one thing I will do is just trim off the excess for now, okay? You don't need more than you need, but this should work really well. Wish me luck. I will show you my fussy cutting, or cussy cutting, as my friend Vicky Booten calls it, skills. So that only took 5 minutes. Okay, so once you have the mask off, right, then we're just gonna peel off the back here and reveal. You gotta be a little gentle, but masking magic's pretty great. And then all I'm gonna have to do is figure out how to get my friends right on the money. Right on the money like that. And you know what? Even if it's a little, oh, that looks pretty good though. Look at that. Look at that. Is that pretty good? Oh, it looks a little off up here. Oh gosh, come here, Cathy. Well, yeah, you know what though? There we go. We're just gonna say, let's come up a little bit because I feel like I was off. This is one of the most critical points, and all I have to do is make sure that ears are aligned. Bodies, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna give that a nice press, okay, because I don't want to rub all over the front. And masking magic, it does not tear your paper. So now let me get set up for ink blending. I added one more little piece of masking here right about there. And what I can't decide is, because this is going to be such a small space, I think I'm going to take these Shader Plus 1 brushes and I'm going to blend on a nice, I'm just going to blend on a little sunset. And I feel like, let's see how that looks. Oh, that could look really good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to come on like this. And we are going to add a sunset behind our friends. Okay? So we're starting out with this nice little peachy color. Oh, I think this is going to be so fun. Okay? Peachy. Like that. And I'm going to christen, and no, I have a brush that is already got some pink on it. Oh, let's see. Let me clean this. Usually I do this on a paper towel, but I just ran out of paper towel. That's probably fine. We're going to bring in Carnation, okay? Just a little. And actually, I should be tapping off up here so I can actually, you know, get a little more of this going and then pick it back up, okay? And we're just going to blend there, kind of get that little overlap going. Okay, so there's that sky. Oh my gosh, I think this is so cute. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of lilac because the sun's coming down, and so the top, right? The top's going to be a little darker. I actually may need to get a darker color up here, but maybe this will work. Oh, that actually is reading really dark to me. So that's all we're doing. We're just creating a night sky. Oh, so fun. Blending it on. I can't sing the song because, you know, copyright, but you can. You can hum it along at home. Okay. All right, let's get some more of that pink in there so that we have our blendy background. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. I think I'm going to bring in possibly one more color for the very top. Okay. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to see of it, you know. I just know that when we take this off, you are going to see the beautiful night sky. Okay. You know what? Yeah, one more color. I'm going to bring in a little Cadette for the deepest blue. Is that still the shader ones? Yes, these are really nice little brushes. Okay, tap some off, get it into the bristles, and bring it in up here. I'll just come in right at the tip like that. That just kind of gives you that night sky. Okay, most of it's going to be out of the picture, but then we'll go over like that, and we're going to have a beautiful sky. All right, I think that's good. I still have to color, but you see, you can see why I wanted to spend the time masking, because now I don't have to worry about coloring as fancy. I'm just going to have to figure out, let's wipe this up here. I'm going to have to figure out the best colors for the water. This will probably be gray. Those will be brown. All right, let's reveal though. Where's my, okay, here we go. Peel and reveal, and all this excess doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up. But now we reveal the magic of the sunrise. I think that's really cute. Now I can save my little mask if I want to try it again, and actually I did pretty good. It's not perfect in there, but when I get my TV on here, it's gonna be pretty cute, right? Because then you're just gonna see that part. And I could probably come in here with a Copic marker if I can find a close enough one and kind of clean those up. All right, let me grab some markers and we will color. One of the things I have in my studio, and it's not complete because I don't have every marker, is I swatch out all of my Copics. Not all of, I still have many more to do. Well, yeah. Anyway, the reason I do this is not for blends, or it's literally for moments like this when I'm like, what color might look good to fill in XYZ? So for example, down here where I have, let me see here, I have the wrong glasses on, where I have just a little to fill in, and I also have replaced many of my Copic nibs with, oh, what did I get there? With the fine nibs. Here, I have found a color that's going to be close enough to come in where my masking was not quite perfect. And I love being able to do that, right? And being able to see the markers and the colors that they leave behind. And I could even do a little right there. So that way, the parts that I wasn't perfect on, right, I can fix. Same thing here. I was a little off on my purple. Oh, that one doesn't have the nib. Well, we're rolling the dice. Here we go. I can just take a little of this color like that. And it really doesn't look terrible. I mean, it's, you know, it's just getting a little in there. Because as soon as you cover up that white, it makes a difference, right? And it's, again, it's very subtle, but you can kind of get away with it. And nobody's going to look at that and say, oh, did you just color that in with a Copic marker up there? No, it just kind of colors and takes that little bit of white away. So now I will put on some more music and I'm going to color these little friends in. Okay, that is the extent of my coloring. I probably could smooth it out a little more up here, just a little like that, get a little, maybe a little more on his upper ear to make it darker. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing. It's like I've already done, let's see, make you darker up here. I've already done kind of the colorful things, right? So, you know, that's all you need. Just a little shading and shadowing, although this is looking a little sketchy over here. So maybe I'll color back over this with my W1, like that. My W1 is a little dry. I'm not gonna lie there. It's a little dry. It's kind of picking up and making little marks, but I think I should leave stuff while I'm ahead, unless I just wanted a little more here. All right, let's just Let's just give it a little more there. Here. There we go. All right, that should blend out nicely. All right. Now, all I have to do is build a television set and stamp my greeting. That's next. To save time, I went ahead and cut out TVs and the accoutrement, if you will, out of matte silver cardstock and some gray cardstock from Spellbinders. And what I'm going to do here, I cut 2 of the TV layers out just so it has a little bit of dimension, and I'll just take my liquid glue and adhere these together so that this frames out the other piece very nicely. Okay, I don't know where to hold once I've started gluing. There we go, just like that, okay? Then this guy sits on here like that. And that way it's just gonna have a bit more heft to it. I'm gonna take one of my little pen blades here, because sometimes if you ever have like a little ragged edge, I see a little paper hair there, you can just kind of scrape along the inside if your die cut leaves any mucky muck, or your machine that is. All right, so that's very cute. Now, here's the beautiful thing. I can go ahead and cut right around the edge of this, okay? So we'll go here. And here on the outside edge. Outside edge. This should be enough. If I have to trim off more, I will. But I think that should be good, because I know that this is going to go so that the TV looks like that. It's just cute. I just can't even. I cannot even. Okay, I am going to use that and this, and I'm going to just take a little glue here. Go all the way around like that, okay? And that way I know that I can hold the screen and the TV part together. I feel like the buttons should go on, wait, should they go on the right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way, because if I'm right-handed, I'm gonna reach for my TV to be right about there. So here, right, we'll hold that in place. I'm going to put a brick on that and just let that adhere. You could flip it either way, I think. All right. And then I'm going to use this little speaker. I'm just going to put it in also this color here, the matte silver. Put a little there. Knobbies and knobbies. This guy, I may want to just have a little clearance there. Pop you down. Hold it, let that glue adhere, and then I will take my little pickup tool here, put one friend there, and one here. Like that. Oh, so cute. And let that adhere. All right, and now we can add, whoop, a little gluey there, the other pieces. And here I'm going to take this little friend and put some glue right here on this part, this little area. That's going to help me figure out the line for the, oh, I kind of need to stand up and look over it. I can't quite see. Forgive my noggin if it gets in the way. I want that to be in the center and have it be right about there. Does that look centered? Let's hold that down. Yeah, that's pretty centered. Antenna, we'll let you glue, and we're going to do the same thing with the legs. So I'm going to pick you up, and old TV legs. Remember that? Remember when TVs used to actually sit on the ground? Oh, those were the days. I like that this has a little angle though to it. So here, get that little guy right there. Let that get a little tacky. Maybe you could get off my finger there. And this little friend here. Okay, let that get a little tacky. And I'll pop my cute little bead topped pin in, and now I guess what I can do, I'm slide you off for now, and I'm going to line you up so that is right on the straight line, like that, and hold it so that we have about the same distance and the same angle for the legs. That probably is close, right? I think that looks good. All right, and press. All right, let's let all this adhere because now we need to do our greeting and finish the card design. I'm going to figure out my placement first, and then I think I'm going to do a panel, but let me grab my stamp. I'm going to do You're the Queen of My World because I'm either going to give this to one of my girlfriends or to my daughter because I think she would find this hilarious. So all I have to do here is stamp my greeting, and I'm going to trim this panel down just a little bit so that it's going to help to minimize any warping, right, that'll happen here, and it'll help me to get a perfectly straight greeting. That'll be good enough for right now. All right, we're going to pick up my TV. Just love it so much. All right, I'm going to prime. If you've got the time, do the prime. Just gets that coating off and gets us ready to stamp. I'm going to take my anti-static powder. Just helps to remove static and oil here. And lets my powder, which is going to be the Sterling from Brutus Monroe, just stick to where I'm stamping my Versamark clear embossing ink. Okay, get that down, come in and press and transfer. Just going to hold that for a second, pick it up, and I'm going to give it one more go and just walk my hand over it. Oh heck, why not one more? I don't know, I'm feeling a little wild today. All right, there we go. Now let's add our powder. Sprinkle on the Sterling, and it will stick nicely to where I have stamped. Oh, that looks great. That is so cute. Just pouring all that out. Getting a little wild. All right. Pouring all that in. All right. And I will wipe up my paper. I use my paper until it's pretty much toast, or I accidentally roll over it with my office chair, which I do constantly. But that way I can fold it, stick it back in for the next color. Now let's take a look. I'm going to bring in my little tiny brush here. There's just a couple areas where there might be a little fleck or two of powder. Sometimes the Neenah Classic Crest cardstock does grab a little extra powder, so I like to just take my time, touch and blow. Very easy to do with a little edge here, because I can see little pieces that you cannot see, but they sure do show up as soon as it's melted. All right, I will get my heat tool warmed up and we will melt this powder. All right, that is going to look so pretty with the silver for my TV parts too. Let me grab a die so I can cut this down. One of the reasons I enjoy using dies for this is because the paper gets a little warped sometimes, and this is going to help flatten the whole thing out once I run it through my die cut machine. So let me go ahead and trim this panel down using this Waffle Flower A2 layer die. I'm going to make my note card first. I've got my little panel that I just die cut. It's sitting in a book right now just to get it a little bit flatter. And this is Peach Bellini cardstock from Gina K Designs, which I thought would be pretty because it kind of picks up right in that sweet spot of the sunset, right? And I'm going to have white, so this is just going to be a little bit of a margin that you can see that will pick up some of that blending. All right, so we'll give this a fold. And let me grab the panel with the greeting, and I'll put some foam tape on it so we can pop it up right on this note card. Okay, now I'm having a second thought because I liked this idea, but I feel like if you pop this onto the wild wisteria, it kind of comes alive a little more. So I'll just put this in my little folded note card area, and I have foam tape here. I put extra on just because there's a little warping still to my panel, and I would like it to stay as straight as possible. And sometimes, you know what, having a little extra tape helps. If I had fun foam, which I just don't ever seem to have it, maybe I should... Come on now, maybe I could order some. That would be nice too, because that covers the whole surface. But here, I'm gonna just stand up and pop this right onto the note card. You know what? I feel like this piece of cardstock that I pulled has a little sun bleaching because it's an old piece. I think that's funny. Do you see it? It's just a little lighter down here. I sometimes forget to pull, well, I used to have my cardstock in a different location. But I think this is going to be great. So I've got a little something on here that I would like to get off. There we go. And now I'm just going to put liquid glue on the back here. I'm not going to pop this up because it already has, you know, it has a little dimension, but I'm just going to focus on the back here like this. And we are going to pop this little glue friend right into the center. Now I don't know where to grab it. There we go. No glue on fingers. Okay. And our TV is going to pop right in the center of the card. And of course, having that liquid glue just gives you a little second, right, to say, are we straight? Do we look good? I like that this centers right over. I think that's good. I think that part's the part that matters. Okay. And then I'll just pop this down and press. And that, my friends, oh, did I get more schmutz on there? What? I keep seeing little tiny pieces come up. There we go. That is my finished card project. So for something like this, I'm not going to put anything else on there. The TV, the scene, that, my friends, that is worth the price of admission. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you, so hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Here are a few more card projects you might be interested in checking out, and I will see you in those videos.